Oh, here we go. No, no. Hello. See, I think we're waiting for Jennifer.
Oh,
I don't, no Claire, no Dan. Oh, Melissa. Let me see where Melissa is. No. Okay. Well, we can go ahead and get started, and everybody else will just catch everybody up. But we have some new faces on today, so we have some special guests. So we'll do some introductions. I'm Kelly Blythe, Director of Communications, Community Engagement at State Theater, and Chair of the New Brunswick Community Arts Council. And New Brunswick, let's go first. All right. So, Bob.
And I'm Bob Belvin. I'm Director of the Public Library here in New Brunswick, and I've been around forever.
Tracy.
good afternoon, everyone. I'm Tracy Rachel Clark from the New Brunswick Cultural Center and the Arts Institute of Middlesex County. I'm going to throw it over to Mike Tublin.
Thanks, Trace. I'm Michael Tublin. I am Director of New Brunswick Sister Cities and Art Administrator, one of the founders of the New Brunswick Jazz Project, and also one of the founders of the Middlesex County Jazz Festival. I'll throw it over to Victoria.
Hey, thank you. I'm Victoria Masteller. I am the producing associate at Collab Arts, and I'll throw it over to Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Kat Davis. I'm the president of Friends of Metuchen Arts in Metuchen. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Jennifer. I'm Grace Shackney. I'm part of Friends of Metuchen Arts, and happy to be here and see some old friends. Mark?
Mark Harris. I'm the chair of the Metuchen Arts Council.
Leona.
Hello, everybody. Leona Michelle here, artistic producer at George Street Playhouse. I'll pass it to Jennifer.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Grace. Hi, Metuchen friends. I'm Jennifer Sevilla. I am the Arts Council Vice Chair. I am also super involved. I'm New Brunswick through and through. Yeah, one of the co-founders of Windows of Understanding, and thanks for our new friends that are here. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Claudio.
Yes, okay.
Who is it?
You.
Yeah.
Me? Hello, everyone. My name is Claudio, and I'm a member of the Arts Council. I work in New Brunswick and Piscataway, doing many, many things. Bye.
All
Right.
right.
So I have to go the next person, or you? I can't see everyone.
Yeah. Petra.
Hi, Metuchen friends. I'm sorry I'm off camera, but it's exciting to meet you. I'm Petra, and I'm on the City Council here in New Brunswick.
Ah, nice.
Right. Jasmine.
She's muted.
Cassandra, you want to introduce yourself?
She's muted too.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Cassandra. I'm a member of the New Brunswick Community Arts Council. I work at Mason Grove School of the Arts in the Department of Art and Design. And I am a co-founder along with some other folks on the New Brunswick Community Arts Council of Windows of Understanding. So it's really nice to see some familiar faces and meet some of you.
Great.
Am I supposed to popcorn to somebody or no?
I think we're good. And Frank, do you want to say anything? Great. Thank you. All right, great. Well, we don't want to hold up our special guest, so special guest, welcome. Thank you. Yeah, we invited you, so we are trying to figure out what the next steps are for New Brunswick Community Arts Council, including funds for various events, you know, and making sure that we have you know, funds for whatever event we'd be interested in doing, murals or, you know, working with artists or, you know, all the stuff that arts councils do. And we currently have a fiscal agent for our funds. And we are talking to various arts councils in the state these next couple of meetings that we're having. And you are first up because we want to hear about how Metuchen does it and yeah, and then we'll, I guess, do a little question and answer at the end. So if you want to share some, you know, information, and then we'll go from there.
Mark, you want to start with
Sure.
that?
So the first thing is between myself, Kat, and Grace, we actually are representing two organizations. The Metuchen Arts Council is a commission of the borough of Metuchen. So we are a volunteer government body that has been involved in arts events around the borough for many, many years. Over the more recent years, it became got to a point where anything we wanted to do, we were no longer permitted to look for funds outside of the borough. So the only funds we can spend are those funds that the borough gives us. And it was at that point that the Friends of Metuchen Arts was formed, and we'll move over to that shortly. So what we do is try to coordinate with groups around the borough, with other volunteers. We get some amount of budget every year from the borough, so we can spend that on events. We have a couple of things coming up. We've had a couple of things during the year, small, simple things to just try to broaden people's connection to the arts in Metuchen. Coming up are three big events over 4 weekends, which is, or 3 weekends actually. We're going to do a porch for the now 3rd year, I think, 2nd year, a porch fest around town. We're going to have a bunch of houses in 2 locations around the borough, and 2 musical performances at each, staggered, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. The borough has supplied some money for that, and the rest of the money to pay the performers is coming from Friends of Metuchen Arts. So there's a collaborative part of that whole relationship. The following weekend is the Metuchen part of the Middlesex Jazz Festival, also a Friends of Metuchen Arts event, and we are through the borough are providing funds to pay one of the performing groups this year. So that's going to be kind of fun. And then the first weekend in October one of the local dance companies in town is doing an arts week. The first event in that is a multicultural dance event at their dance studio. This is a professional dance company in town, Mignolo. And this year, for the first time, we're doing a cooperative venture with the borough's Human Relations Commission. So they're going to provide cultural context for the dance groups, and we'll introduce the dance groups through that cultural context. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see how that collaboration works. And they have some ideas for things that we can collaborate with them later in the year, which we're still in the early stages of. So maybe Kat wants to explain Friends of Metuchen Arts.
Sure. Friends of Metuchen Arts was formed as a 501c3 in 2020 to raise funds just for the Metuchen Arts Council. And then shortly thereafter, we broadened it to being able to fund programs in the Metuchen area, technically Central Jersey, but we tend to stay local at this point. We are excited that we just opened a gallery on Main Street, right across the street from the Forum Theater. And we're a little small, but it's beautiful. It's lovingly painted, and the exhibit we have up right now, which is our third exhibit, is called Metuchen Vibes, and all of the art in some way encompasses the vibe of Metuchen, and it's multi-sensory, media, and much of the artwork is for sale. And it's been well attended, and we have 20 artists presenting 30 artworks, which is a lot, by the way. I think we'll go with a smaller scale next time. But we also give out grant money on April 1st and October 1st. We have grant cycles, but they're micro grants at maximum of $1,000, sometimes as little as $250, just to give an artist a leg up in whatever he or she or they is trying to accomplish. We have a classical program through a grant with Middlesex County. Yay, Grace. We just did Peter and the Wolf this weekend, and there's 2 more concerts coming, and we did a Mother's Day concert, which is Grace is at the helm of that program. And of course, the jazz program everyone knows about, which is amazing and draws people from hours away, and so many other programs. Through our grants program, we have our fingers in many of the local artists, because when we give them a grant, then our logo appears on their materials. So we're supporting many artists. You can see lots of this on our website. And I appreciate you welcoming me to this meeting. Thank you.
Kat, can you talk a
Yes.
little about where the funds come from for Friends of Metuchen Arts?
That's a valid question. Yes. Our primary fundraiser, Grace, is the gala, which is coming up on March 7th, 2026. It will be our 3rd annual gala. Strongly welcome everyone to attend. It's at the Metuchen Country Club. It's a truly an elegant evening. It's an upscale event, and we were able to raise significant amounts of money through sponsorship, and through the art auction, and through some basket auctions as well. And that put us in a great position for 2025. So we're hoping to top that for 2026.
And
Thanks.
we also can accept donations. So
Always.
that's what feeds our grant process. And then we've written grants for the classical series from Middlesex County, and that's helped fund that. And we're part of the Middlesex County Jazz Festival group, and we benefit from that grant that Michael writes.
Yep, there's a great donate button on our website. Everyone can let everyone else know about that. And the great thing about funding Friends of Metuchen Arts is you're funding a whole pile of artists that we've vetted as opposed to a single artist, which is also wonderful. But you're funding a community when you fund Friends of Metuchen Arts.
But we also partner with the Metuchen Arts Council and fund and co-sponsor a lot of the events that they do because it's easier for people to contribute to those events through us. And then we can in turn pay artists to
Like
do
a
different
like a
programs.
fiscal agent, Miss Grace? Like a
Exactly.
fiscal agent?
And that's
Like a
what
fiscal agent?
that's what we found in Metuchen that we needed. The Arts Council was being
Right.
hamstrung by, the municipal restraints that the state puts on things. And it was getting harder and harder and harder for us to do programming and to support other programs. I was on the Arts Council for many, many years. I decided to step aside because it's been too many years. I didn't need to do for other people. But the Friends of Metuchen Arts is a vehicle that I strongly support and work on now.
I have two questions. So, are you completely two separate groups now?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Okay.
One's nonprofit and a separate group, and then the Arts Council is part of the municipality and that the government there.
And how many are you for Friends of Metuchen? How many folks do you have? Like not the artists, like just
Trustees. Yeah, we have 6 trustees now.
7, and we'll be adding 2 more in the next month or 2. So we'll be up to 9.
And it's an all volunteer board.
Yeah.
We don't have any staff, paid
No
staff.
paid staff.
right. And you've been going on for 5 years. Is that what we said?
Yes, I mean it was a slow start in the pandemic, of course.
Sure.
But that gave us time to put our feet on the ground, which was fine.
And the Arts Council is a group of 16 appointed by the mayor.
Right. Right.
So are you affiliated with the city of New Brunswick?
We are a
Yes.
commission of the city, yes.
Okay, good.
So we're appointed by all of us are appointed by the mayor. But my question is, how many people from the Friends of Metuchen are actually on the Arts Council, or there's
They
no
they
mixture?
it was a conflict of interest. So anyone who was on the had to step away from Friends of Metuchen Arts.
But the both meetings are open in the sense that, we're in constant communication. I pop into MAC meetings when I have time.
Yeah.
Our previous president was at every single MAC meeting. The doors are open.
Yeah. Keep as a commission of the borough, we fall under the open public meeting law. So our schedule gets published at the end of the previous year, and we hold our meetings in a very specific location and are all open to the public. We're required to do that under the open public meetings law.
And we're not allowed, the Arts Council's not allowed to have Zoom meetings either. They have to
Right.
have public meetings. We meet at the senior center in Metuchen.
Yeah.
I keep saying we.
Yeah.
I was a part of that for so many years. I still can't take the we out of it.
There you go.
Okay. I know I had another question, but other questions from the group?
I know, I think they covered it and now just when the Arts Council does anything as a governmental entity, are you required to do a quote or bidding process?
Not specifically, but we tell the borough we provide the borough at the beginning of the year with a rough schedule and budget for what we plan on doing for the year. There is some thought that leading into next year and the year after, we might start doing a little bit of that. Generally, we sort of put the word out that we're looking for events to do, especially from groups who are semi-organized already. We don't have the people or the expertise necessarily to run all the events that we are involved with. So we look for organizations that are actually planning events that we can provide program support to. So it's very strictly defined that we don't give grants to organizations to run events. We provide program support for a specific aspect of what they're doing. And so currently we have not put things out for a bidding in a bidding process, but we may be asked to do that going into next year.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
Friends of Metuchen don't have to be from Metuchen because now you're like Central Jersey.
No, yeah, we have board members who don't live in Metuchen,
Okay.
but many of us do. Most of the organizations so far that have come to us and artists tend to be local, but our mission statement and our bylaws are Central Jersey, so we can widen it up at will.
Cool. And then my last question is, you mentioned the big fundraiser. Do you find yourselves also as Friends of Metuchen? I know you have the donate button always, right? But do you find yourself doing
Always.
little mini asks here and there? Like, are there little things that you do throughout the year?
I mean, the donut button is always there. There's a little glass vase at our events that say drop a $5 in here. And we make a little bit from those, but it doesn't keep the lights on. Truly, the gala keeps the lights on.
And we do the Giving Tuesday thing.
Oh, Giving Tuesday. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, we did Giving Tuesday last year, and we had a couple donors offer to donate some money to match what other people would donate. And I'm not sure if that's what drove it, but we did significantly better than the year before, promising people that their money would be doubled, and it was. So yeah.
Nice. Cool.
And Friends of Metuchen Arts is also permitted to go and apply for grants, which we are not allowed to do. So.
Yes.
Right.
Are you working under similar constraints?
Yes. So yes, this sounds very similar of how.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've been urging Art Pride New Jersey to help with these kinds of things, to get us together, to get municipal art councils together, to sit down and talk to legislators and to their municipal mayors about the difficulties, about the goals of arts councils and the difficulties that we've experienced in the last few years. And I hope to get them interested in that topic. If anybody wants to help push that theme along. It's just, it used to be easy and now it's almost impossible on a municipal level to support the arts. And the arts are the engine that, the economic engine that runs most places, especially larger cities. And it's what makes, for a soul for a community, a town, a borough or a city. And I don't know, I'm very passionate about it. And I'm trying to get Art Pride New Jersey to pay a little more attention to that.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, if even if it's not just talking about this topic, I think getting more arts councils together in general, and
Exactly.
and
It's a specific group of people who are dedicated to bringing arts to their community,
right.
and it's just becoming harder and harder to do that. But there are municipalities like East Brunswick that are creating these art. East Brunswick has an arts alliance that was it was made by an ordinance from the township, uh, and it's a separate nonprofit, and that's the funding mechanism for all of the arts in East Brunswick.
Mhm.
And it's a good model. It's a really good model. And I'd love to see more discussion around solutions like that.
Atlantic Highlands, which I've been involved with a couple of times, showing my own photography there, is was formerly a government body that spun off as a 501c3.
Mhm.
So they worked with the government to separate themselves in that way. And I don't know whether they get any support from the government other than putting the name on it. So
Okay. Anybody else have any other questions?
I mean, thank you for the referrals to East Brunswick and Atlantic Highlands and the bridge that is possible. And before any questions, I just want to say thank you. I know we're intertwined with Metuchen. Miss Grace and Mr. Bob have helped us and been a part of Windows of Understanding for a long time and set us straight. And organized and really made that pop, making it from 2 places to like helping us with making it now up to 6 places. And really, but there is something there, I think, with Metuchen and New Brunswick, even on the government level. I think the mayors are friends, and it's something to that, where municipalities across the county and cross counties can actually do something similar to the alliance that you mentioned, Mr. Mark. So just for context, other people on this call, that we're very intertwined with Metuchen.
Yeah.
And the Michael that they're talking about with the jazz festival is Mike Tublin. So
Yes.
just context.
Hi, all. Sorry if I missed this earlier, but what approximately, if you feel comfortable sharing, is Friends of Metuchen targeted budget in order to do all your programming, etc.?
Significant increase this year. I mean, we were creeping up each year. This year will be around $80,000.
Okay, perfect. And then at my day job, I do work in the legislature. So as you know, I heard folks talking about like speaking with legislators, etc. One piece of advice that I would have to offer is ensuring that, working together, but also making sure there's a distinction of like the population that folks serve. Because if legislators are being hit over and over by entities in the same region, they're going to want to know, what is the difference between Friends of Metuchen versus Friends of New Brunswick, et cetera, et cetera. And so just being able to clarify to that to them would be extremely helpful.
Mhm. Right. There, Art Pride New Jersey has a mayor's council, a mayor's arts council. I'm trying to get our mayor to join it. We have we've created an arts district in Metuchen around the area where the Forum Theater is, and it's about to be refurbished. We're getting a new theater eventually in the next 3 to 4 years. And that's going to be a generator for other arts things. But in the meantime, the mayor and council here has created an arts district in that part of town. So we're looking forward to what that will become. But
and Metuchen is also in the process of updating their master plan, and we've been asked to participate in those discussions. So that hopefully will yield some things as well.
So it's important to stay politically active
Yes.
on these fronts. But we're always looking for solutions, and it'd be so good to share. I appreciate you reaching out like this. It's a good idea. We had done it too a few years back, and asked for suggestions from our community, what they would like the Arts Council to do, what they would like the Arts Council to be. And now we're regrouping under a new sort of framework that the borough needs us to work in. There's the us again. See that? Just smack me. Just smack me.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay. Well, thank you
Okay.
so much. This was great.
Well, thank you. We appreciate the invitation, and we're happy to answer any questions any other time. If you want to email or get in touch through Grace, that's fine. I know that would be okay with me. So
Come to the Middlesex County Jazz Festival.
Yes.
yes.
Your town in Carteret and Woodbridge.
Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you,
Thank you.
friends of Metuchen and council. We're going to stay on and continue our meeting, but
Okay.
we'll be in touch, I'm sure, with stuff and also just, when you have events, please share them with us so we can share as well.
Will do.
You've got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We will.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
take
Thank you
care.
so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
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 All right. Okay. So I think I had Heart Festival on the agenda next. So yay, Heart Festival, it happened, 6th annual, yay. It was a great day. We had an increase in attendance. We had more things than ever. We increased our footprint. Our footprint was kind of like sort of like an L, a T, sort of a T. Was it a T? I guess it was a T. It was a T, right?
I'm gonna go with L for love.
Okay.
Like heart and stuff, I'm gonna go with
Right.
that.
But really exciting stuff. And 6 years in, and I think we finally have got the mix that works. And we only want to expand and increase our partnerships and make sure that everybody's involved, right? And it's we're excited because it looks like we'll be getting a grant. We are getting some grant money for next year's. So moving on up to seventh annual with even bigger, and maybe that'll be the T, the official T, when we're expanding. So I want everyone to keep that in mind because I know there's ways that we can grow that we haven't really thought about because we didn't have the money or the budget, or maybe the actual physical space. So if there's something, maybe George Street, maybe we want to we have a bigger, summer, some of more of the students come out and we have a bigger presence with the students,
Oh yeah.
maybe we have more actual on the street art, stuff that we're doing, meaning creation of art, so yeah, so I just want to throw that out there. We'll be meeting. We like to have our kickoff meeting in February. Tracy likes to go with those twos, like two, 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 two. But yeah, we'll definitely be inviting everyone to chat about that and how we can grow and how everybody can play a bigger role. I think, again, it's just a great thing for New Brunswick and the county, and we're just really super excited where it's at right now.
Yeah, Just to echo what Kelly's saying, thank you so much to everyone. Every single person here was involved in the Heart Festival in some way. Melissa is not here, but she was also involved with the visual arts, and even the exhibit on the second floor at Kelly's space at the State Theater. And the online presence was just massive, and it was so collab and sharing. And we still had collab posts, and we had share likes. We still had video and content left over. I think we really want to dive into that and make it a real thing, a real like explosion of expression, explosion of partnership, explosion of, seven is a very pivotal number. I'm into numbers, but even like the cultural component of it, having the Amard groups coming through on the stilts, that was awesome, Claudia. Thank you. And having the visual arts, like I said, from Melissa, that was a component of Mexican and Hungarian, very nice. I think we can have a little more input from visual arts from around the county, right? We're so rich in New Brunswick, and we're so rich in Highland Park. We're so rich, in the neighboring areas. We have so much more that we can even. I want to see a little more from Perth Amboy, Carteret, some more flavor. But thank you again for everyone just believing in this. And as Kelly mentioned, yes, we do have the upcoming 26 meeting on 2/26/26. So that's a Thursday, and you'll get a email reminder about that. And the one thing, though, I think, and the reason why, not we think, the reason why that there's money attracted to the mission of this and the high dollar that it can yield is because all of us are involved. We went from 20, just for context, 20, like 15 to 20 organizations that started. And then by the time to the past August 9th, we were at like 60 organizations that combined. 60 organizations combined. And that's also including the artists and vendors, but mostly the organizations wanting to be there, wanting to be present. It was unbelievable. And that's something that you can measure, but that's measuring in people equity, people equity, and just adding dollars to that, and just having the partnerships with the fire department, the police department, DPW, the parks department, the stage. It's everyone being involved. I think that makes a difference when it comes to really uplifting a city slash urban city or suburban city like New Brunswick, because that's why we redeemed the 2025 ideal destination. Right. And as we wind down, yes, thank you, Victoria. True, true. Hype it up. Raise the roof. As we wind down, I wonder what it looks like to how do we get 2026 and beyond? Because you turn around and it's December. What do we do? So that's all I have to say. It's a whole bunch. So thank you.
And said very quickly too.
More on that, in early 2026. So, Windows of Understanding, also 2026. We are kicking that in.
Miss Sandra, are you? I can see you. Can you hear us? If not, we're going into the 9th season of Windows of Understanding. We're looking to expand. We're in. Okay, sorry, Mike. Go Jazz. We're in New Brunswick. We're in Highland Park. We're in South Plainfield. We're in Metuchen. We are expanding to everything working out the right way, and everything aligning to Perth Amboy and Carteret. So we're looking to expand the footprint, but also to engage more artists from Mason Gross, but an alumni from Mason Gross, but also from different areas that we just mentioned that we're in. We are still addressing certain challenges, such as the climate change, the food equity, the LGBTQIA, the immigration and civic engagement. But we're also looking to have the overall theme of like mobility, change with mobility. Does that make sense? Like, what are you doing? For instance, if we're working with RIDE is from the county, but RIDE is giving the opportunity for other people to realize that there's resources that they may not be able to get to, but now they can get to. So like help me out. how am I saying this? I'm not saying it right. Articulate it in the right way, like
Mobile resources, like,
mobile resources.
right? Is that what we're calling it, right? Like,
It's the mobility.
It's
mo-
mobilizing change in
Mobilizing.
there
kind
we
of
go.
literal and kind of figurative ways, with these services often coming to the different communities, with whether it be food or hygiene resources, or medical services, things like that. Sorry, I had dropped off. My phone had just died. I just got back on. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No, keep going. That's good. Perfect. And we're going to continue to work with the youth of New Brunswick, and also we're bridging with the alliances with the youth in Highland Park. And if anyone, and we also need other resources and other contacts to connect with youth. And then Jennifer, if you want to speak a little bit about the New Brunswick and what you have been the catalyst around Day of Understanding and where we're going with it.
Yeah, so we started dreaming and thinking about what would these conversations, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
What would these conversations look at with our younger population? And so we started dreaming about what would this look like, right? If we're talking about windows of understanding being a community building, what would that look like inside the schools? What would the conversations be inside the schools? So we brought this to the district, and different schools actually have participated in different ways. And we present them, we give them the menu of the topics that we're covering, that we are providing sort of this window of understanding with the organizations that are doing the work. In years past, we've asked sort of in doing some curriculum integration, asking the organizations as the experts of the solutions that are being driven forward, right? What questions or how would you want the young people to engage in the work that you do? And so that kind of brought in interesting interactions. In the past, the schools have designated a day of understanding, which sometimes are more or less coincide with the International Day for Emotional Learning, which kind of, it's a nice complement, right? In understanding